Hi, welcome back to AATV. I'm Tom Anvil Hibberd back at Thurlaston Airgun and Archery Centre, and we're here to do a night vision comparison for you. So we've got a few products. Let me run you through them very quickly. We've got the SiOnyx Aurora digital night vision camera. We've got FLIR BNVD 40 QS's, that's the Quicksilver, so the white phosphorus tubes. And these are a Bino, so dual tubes. On this FLIR bridge mount, I've got a FLIR Breach thermal, so we can show you the difference between thermal and night vision. And I've also got FLIR's MNVD 40 HD traditional night vision tube in the green that you might be familiar with. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot the same scenes with the different bits of kit and show you what the differences are. Okay, let's get going. So we're filming through the BNVDs just on one tube. The picture quality you get when filming through night vision is very rarely as good as the actual night vision, so the quality of those tubes is better than you're seeing, but it gives you a really good representation of what they're capable of. So first up we have our binocular device, the FLIR BNVD 40s, using a Quicksilver or white phosphorus tube. This was filmed about an hour after sunset, so it's pretty dark. The only ambient light we've got is from the moon and the stars, potentially a bit from very far away lights. And you can see the difference between using a laser on the target, without a laser, and with a Surefire KM2 illuminator head on. This is the FLIR MNVD 40s at the same time of day. These are an HD tube, very high picture quality, really nice picture. And again, we're showing the difference between using a laser on the target, an illuminator on the target, and no illumination at all. A really nice picture from these tubes, really quite impressed with them. Difference between a monocular like this one and a binocular, obviously you have a slightly better depth perception with a binocular device, and you may adapt to it a bit faster. A monocular does allow you to have one eye looking at the ambient light the whole time, and you can use your normal weapon sights and manipulate close objects a bit easier than having to refocus like you do with a binocular device. Here's a side-by-side comparison under laser and a side-by-side comparison with an illuminator on. So for the next set of comparisons, we went under the trees. It's now very dark. There was basically no ambient light at this point, and we couldn't actually see the target with the naked eye at all. So night vision devices aren't a magic bullet. You do have to have some ambient light, which is intensified by the device. And again, we're showing laser, no laser, and the illuminator. So again, you can see it's very dark under the trees. Without an illuminator on, you cannot see the target. You could probably just about navigate looking at your feet, but you'd be very hard pressed to see a target without some form of illumination. We're using a GMP D-ball for the laser and laser illuminator, and then I've got a Surefire KM2 for the flood illuminator. Here we go again, this is the same scene, so under the trees, very, very dark. And again, we're showing the differences between the different ways of illuminating the target. I really liked the MNVD 40s personally. I thought they were a really nice tube, really good quality. And they seem to show, in the dark areas, they seem to work just a little bit better than the BNVD 40s, which worked better when there was lots of edges and images to resolve. Again, we could navigate with the MNVD 40s. It was still very, very, very hard to pick out a target without an illuminator. Again, side by sides with laser, and side by sides with the flood illuminator on. So let's have a look at thermal and what thermal can do compared to night vision. This is at another location using a FLIR Breach, recording just after sunset. This is in the outdoor alert mode, and you can clearly see the dog and the walker moving around against the cooler background. This is the target hiding in a tree line. You can see the actual picture there. You can't see the target at all, but under the thermal camera it's super easy to see him. So he's actually hiding behind a tree at this point, and it's very clear. Okay, some more comparisons at the other location. This time we're using the SiOnyx Aurora digital night vision camera. So this is a digital camera rather than an analog camera, and this is just after sunset. So there's still quite a lot of ambient light. You can see the target by the tree. This camera is very good around twilight, around sunset, just after sunset. You get quite an amazing picture, including in colour, and it records as well. So comparison with the BNVD, so the binocular night vision device. This has a much bigger field of view, which is one advantage that analog still has over digital. Obviously it's not in colour, and the detail is a lot better than it is with the Aurora. And now onto the MNVD 40s, the monocular, more traditional green. And again, you can see the target by the tree. And we'll just do the same sweep around just to show you the differences between them. So this is the same location with the breech. And you can see how easily it resolves the target out against the background. This is using a slightly different palette. So with this set of images, I wanted to show the difference in field of view. So that's the normal analog, this is the SiOnyx Aurora, and I'll overlay that on top the FLIR breech, so you get a different set, and here they are next to each other. Right now it's properly dark, about half moon, it's a bit more ambient light, but still very dark. The SiOnyx Aurora at this point is really starting to struggle. You can see the graininess in the picture, and it's quite hard to resolve detail. This is where the SiOnyx really starts struggling, when it's properly dark. However, it does a really good job for the price, using a laser. Show you the difference, and then an illuminator. The Aurora is really good with an illuminator on, but an illuminator gives your position away. So if you don't care about being seen and you're on a lowish budget, the Aurora was really a good choice. Next, the BNVDs at the same time of day, and you can see the picture's holding up a lot better. There's still a lot of detail going on, and it can resolve figures hiding in undergrowth a bit better. That's it with the laser on. Show you the difference, and then I'll switch an illuminator on in a minute and you can see that as well. And this is it with an illuminator on. So the target is wearing infrared resistant clothing, that's why they're not standing out like a sore thumb. Quite impressive really. Same sweep again with the MNVD 40s. Pretty dark, it resolves the detail really nicely. I'm quite a fan of these tubes. Just adjusting focus there. And you can see how good a picture you still got, particularly with the laser on, marking the target. And with an illuminator. And then we'll do some side-by-sides between the three night vision devices, the SiOnyx Aurora, the binoculars, and the monoculars. And one advantage of running a monocular is you can pair it with a breech, and you can have a kind of pseudo-bridged image. Your brain can superimpose the thermal image over the top of the night vision image, and you get the best of both worlds really. So I've just superimposed these to show you what it's like. Thanks for watching. I've been Tom Anvil Hibberd for Anvil Airsoft TV. Please like, subscribe, ding that bell, and we'll see you next time.